Right. Coming up next, guys, big businesses jumping into the debate about marriage equality. Should restaurants and retailers be a part of this national conversation?
There's only a few of them left, but the ones that are alive have a very strong bond with them. We know what we went through, and we know what we meant to each other.
That's one day in their life they'll never forget. That's what it's all about.
Well, I feel like a king.
For tickets, visit starsandstripeshonorflight.org.
10 stories high, 400 feet long, and just one water park in America big enough to contain it. Noah's Ark presents America's first looping water slide. Drop 50 feet per second, then have your world turned upside down.
General, what do we do?
Get me my swim trunks.
The Scorpion's Tail, only at Noah's Ark in Wisconsin Dells.
Heiser Ford Lincoln in Glendale is the fastest growing Ford dealership in southeastern Wisconsin. Yes, we're proud, but even prouder on how we did it. We price every vehicle up front, online, for everyone to see. Like this.
Lease a new 2012 Escape XLT for 24 months for just $179 a month. Or choose a new 2012 Edge SEL. Lease for 24 months for just $179 a month. Hurry in during our summer sales event when you'll have your choice from over 38 Escape and Edge models.
I'm Chief Forecaster John Milan. Everyone knows it's time to get inside when storms turn severe. But the fact is, one of nature's biggest dangers is the heat, especially on steamy days like today. And flash floods can be just as risky. That's why the forecasters of Storm Team 4 have you covered round the clock.
From the scariest of storms
to picture-perfect days.
And everything in between.
John Milan and Storm Team 4, on your side.
Hey kid, where's your umbrella?
Yeah, don't you want to be one of John Milan's weather kids?
Make your child a Storm Team 4 weather kid. Send in a picture, name, age, and phone number to today's TMJ4 Weather Kids at this address, or email us at weatherkids@today'stmj4.com. Then watch Live at 10 and Live at Daybreak every day. Weather Kids, brought to you by WeatherTight, Wisconsin's most recommended remodeler. Make your home weathertight today.
I hope you brought some dry clothes.
For more than 40 years, Carroll's Country Market has been making award-winning homemade sausages. Come see why Carroll's Country Market is the very best on the corner of Pilgrim and Silver Spring.
More on that breaking news we just mentioned a few moments ago. We have Chopper 4 over Kenosha right now, where police, we are told, have fished a body out of Lake Michigan. This is at Eichelman Park. We have a crew on the ground heading to that scene as well. We'll bring you more information as soon as it comes into the newsroom. Right now, let's head over to Brian Goddard for your weekend forecast.
Did you notice something? That is a beautiful looking shot, though. It is gorgeous outside across southeastern Wisconsin. Hardly cloud to be found, low humidity, comfortable temperatures. What a difference a couple of days make. We had record-breaking heat, well, now 3 days ago. Yesterday was a touch of fall with 60s and heavy drizzle and mist throughout the evening. And now high pressure dominating. There are a few scattered, I should say isolated little downpours in west central Wisconsin. We're going to watch this front kick off a few scattered showers in the Northwoods and down toward Green Bay tomorrow. But for us, we stay dry and the heat and humidity start to creep back into the region. To the graphics we'll go, and we'll show you that it is dry, as you know, across a big chunk of the country. I mentioned yesterday 78% of the country's corn crop is experiencing drought conditions. It's bad, and this is how much rain has fallen since June 1st. Meteorological summer has started in some cities. Sioux City, 1600s, almost an inch in Kansas City. Oklahoma City, under a half inch. Just barely a few sprinkles in Dallas. This region is suffering another drought summer. Remember last year they had like no rain. It was triple-digit heat for months. It's almost becoming a repeat of that. How does that compare to us? We're in extreme drought, and we have had almost 3 inches of rain here in Milwaukee. That's bad. It's always bad somewhere else, but it's bad pretty much all across the middle part of our country. Right now, temperatures are in the 70s. This is awesome. Look at St. Louis, 82. They were 105 the other day with thick humidity. That cool front helped them out, but the heat's building back off to the west. It's going to slide back in here for the weekend and into Monday. Monday will be the hottest of the next 3 days, and it could see triple-digit heat away from the lake Monday afternoon before the next cold front arrives. Dew points are comfortable. They are in the 50s and lower 60s. That is perfection for this time of the year, and they'll start to inch up just a little bit as well throughout the weekend. Look at that shot in Port Washington. They're getting ready for a big event tomorrow, Fish Day. World's largest one-day fish fry. It'll be a party from 10 a.m. at the parade to fireworks tomorrow night. If you've never been, you have to go. It's going to be a little warm tomorrow. It's going to be in the upper 80s, especially before the noon hour, and then that lake breeze like today will kick in. It's going to be light, less than 10 miles per hour, but just enough to bring in some cooler air right along the lakefront for all those party goers. Same goes for Festa downtown at the Summerfest grounds. 78 right now in Port. That light easterly breeze. 81 on the west side of Port Washington, 82 in Watertown, 80 on Lake Geneva, as well as Kenosha. Here's what it looks like for the dew point forecast. Those dew points are going to start inching up a little bit. You'll definitely feel the humidity Sunday night into Monday, along with the heat. Lows tonight in the lower 60s. There could be a couple spots in the upper 50s by morning. It's going to be very comfortable. Saturday's highs back into the mid to upper 80s, a few 90s inland. And remember, that wind is going to be light, so that will allow the lake breeze to develop late in the afternoon. That oppressive heat just continues to bake the middle part of the country, and we'll see that heat move in here once again for Sunday and into Monday. But today and tomorrow, beautiful sunshine, thanks in part to that high pressure. Could see a few showers Sunday night with that front, but it's going to be very weak. Highs tomorrow will be in the 80s and 90s. Hotter to the west, cooler by a little to the east. 64 tonight, very comfortable. Could see upper 50s inland. 88 tomorrow, and then becoming a little bit cooler at the lakefront. Will be 90 on Sunday, more humid and a chance of thunderstorms by Sunday night into Monday. 95 on Monday, and then mid-80s the rest of next week. Also a couple of chances of rain Thursday and Friday, but still not a lot of rain.
I guess some is better than none. True. Thanks, Brian. Now more of What's Hot.
Again, we are joined by Rochelle Fritsch from MilwaukeeMoms.com and Jeff Wagner from News Radio 620 WTMJ. So Chick-fil-A's president is jumping into the gay marriage debate. After making some controversial comments on a radio show, he reiterated his stance on traditional family values. This follows Oreos releasing an image of a gay pride cookie on Facebook, which set off some alarm of its own. So here's the question. Should big businesses be jumping into this debate? Is it wise for them to do so?
Well, I mean, they're big businesses for a reason. They have marketers and all these gurus that tell them what their best decision is going to be. So number one, I think it's up to them. Number two, they're making a calculated risk. They know exactly what they're doing. They've literally counted the costs. So I think it's up to them.
Yeah, I'm with you. In the case of Chick-fil-A, the owner has never made any secret at all about their religious beliefs. Matter of fact, I think that chain is closed on Sundays, right. I believe, and they've been very, very clear about that. So this isn't a surprise. You know, you're right. There's always this risk that you take, but again, these are businesses. I think they get the right to make that decision, and then people can decide: do you want to patronize this place or not? Because they give money to this candidate or that candidate or support that party. It's just a risk you take, but make a decision.
And they know what they're doing when they make the risk. They do.
You saying they've done the study, they've done the research, they're going to know if they're going to alienate their core customer or not.
Well, and you know what? They know how much this is going to affect their bottom line. I'm sure the president of Chick-fil-A didn't wake up one morning and say, let me just get this out there. Right. Everything's planned. So. And
you got to think about where Chick-fil-A, the concentration of those Chick-fil-A restaurants are. It's the Bible Belt. It's not, California.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, our third topic, a former Iowa teacher's aide fired for allegedly telling students The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn is a racist novel. She apparently told students it shouldn't be taught in schools because of racial insensitivity. She also alluded to the fact that a different teacher was racist. So the question, should she have been fired? I don't know. I mean, I don't know how you can walk around labeling other people.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. If she wasn't doing her job, if she wasn't keeping a classroom in check and in order, and from what I've read, it doesn't seem like she was, then the school has every right to fire her. It's not firing her about her views on Huck Finn. It's about firing her because she wasn't doing her job.
Right, and if you have a beef with the curriculum at a particular school, okay, well, there's this way that you can address it. Now, I mean, some people object to that particular book. I think the teacher in question, she called him a racist because, he disagreed with the fact that they teach, I mean, he says, look, I think this important piece of literature, we're going to teach it and we're going to present it. So then suddenly in her mind, he became became a racist here. Yeah, I mean, if you don't like the content, you don't like the curriculum, there's a way to address it, but you don't take on teachers in the classrooms.
The funny thing is this whole thing was in the news for a while, you know, the whole issue of whether or not to take a certain word out of the book.
Yeah.
And you know, some people sided with teach it because it is a learning tool in regards to history. And it's interesting that it's all coming back up again in this one school.
Right.
I think, and this is just me throwing this in really quickly, I think we're going to keep running into these things if we don't get what's racist and what's bigoted straight. I always learned in my human resources classes in college that racism is something that keeps you back from freedom of movement, whether that's advancing in your job or drinking from the same bubbler. Ugly words are just ugly words. So I think unless we get that straight, this is going to keep coming back and back and back.
Right, and especially when you're dealing with a piece of American literature like Huckleberry Finn, especially.
All right, we'll leave it there. Thanks for joining us this Friday afternoon, both of you. We'll take